Good morning, guys. It is Friday, March 6th. We got a couple games on the board, but damn, I want to apologize, man. I would say yesterday was our actual first official loss. These sorry ass teams, man. I was shocked myself after seeing the end of it. I had the Bruins, sorry ass score. Maple Leafs, they're a sorry ass team. I just thought they were gonna bounce back. That didn't happen. And the Flyers, man. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Man, that's all right, man. I'm gonna give you guys a pick for every single game, and we're gonna get our money back. All right, we're gonna get our money back. Let's get to those picks. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's get our money back on Friday. We got the Panthers heading over to Detroit. I didn't like Detroit the last time they came out, man. They had the lead and they completely blew it against a Vegas team who was coming off of a loss themselves. Who's to say that they can't do it again? Florida and Vegas, I think they're kind of pretty much the same as far as talent, as far as how good the teams are. The Pacific Division, I think, is a little bit on the weaker side, with Edmonton, the Kings, the Ducks, Vegas. Ducks have been able to compete with anybody. Vegas has had a couple stinkers, and then they've also had a couple shockers. So I think Vegas and Florida are right around the same. I think Detroit can maybe choke again, but I'm going to take a shot with the Panthers here, trying to catch that falling knife. And, that's how we're going to kick off our card. Let's get that money back. Florida Panthers, and I'm getting a good plus money price. So, that's always a good bonus. Next game up, we got the Avalanche heading over to Dallas. Guys, this is a playoff caliber type game right off the bat. This one's going to be close. The Avalanche, as we know, been steamrolling pretty much everybody the whole season. A couple losses here and there, but it's nothing crazy. They took a loss to the Wild and then hopped right back on the steamroller, and they're now 3 in a row. Dallas, I think they're up to 4 or 5 games in a row. It's one of those two. I just looked at it. It's around that 4 or 5 games in a row. So this game is going to come down to the wire probably. We're probably going to go into overtime or something like that, and it's going to be probably dramatic all the way till the end. At least that's how I think and I hope it goes. Should be exciting to watch. But honestly, I don't blame you guys. Whichever side you want to go is fine. The only way we're going to know is if we got a crystal ball or something. That's the only real way we're going to know the winners. So in a game like this, I'm going to have to go with, let me check one more thing, guys. I'm going to check one more thing before. I wanted to know if Dallas's last couple games have been on the road or have they been comfortable at home. Okay, so it looks like both of these teams are traveling. Dallas has won some games on the road, and I think the Avalanche is now... Oh, come on, load thing. Come on, load. Sorry if you guys hear my roosters in the back. It's early and they're yapping, man. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, the Avalanche just finished up a West Coast road trip. Dallas are coming back from... It's looking like I think they're coming back from Canada. But I'll take the home dog in this one. We're going to go with the Dallas Stars. Avalanche have been on a road trip. Dallas also have been on a road trip, but at least Dallas is coming back. Colorado's still continuing that road trip. So give me the Dallas Stars for plus 105, the home dog. This game looks like I think it's going to come down to the wire to the very last minute. We're going to be on the edge of our seat. But if you want to go with the Avalanche, I can't blame you. I still think they are the best team in the NHL. So if you want to go with the Avalanche, I'm not mad at you or nothing. So I'll take the Dallas Stars, though, for plus 105 is our second home dog, our second pick of the day. Next game up, we got the Canucks heading over to Chicago. Canucks have now been on a 7-game winning streak. Losing streak, my bad. Losing streak. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks, they're coming off of a loss, but before that, there was a win. So it's not like this team has been on some type of sliding downward losing trend. No, they've won a couple games in their last couple. So it's not a complete losing streak, but there is still negative sentiment around Chicago. You had Connor Bedard. I forgot the defenseman's name who got traded, but Chicago traded a pretty good piece that was considered on that Chicago team. Got traded, so I think the sentiment is kind of okay, we're going to have to rebuild this team. So it's more of a negative sentiment. Now, the Canucks, they're at least used to this negative sentiment. The Blackhawks, I don't think not so much. I think that's what's going to affect this game a lot. That, and I'm trying to catch that falling knife with Vancouver. So I'm going to go with Vancouver, straight up money line. I promise I'm not only aiming for plus money on purpose. It's just what's worth with what's going on. That's kind of just the best way I can explain it, guys. But yeah, give me Vancouver, another plus money play to snap the losing streak. And if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it against a team who's they're kind of catching them in a weak spot. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here with Chicago. With some trades going on, they're kind of just hanging it up. They're not gonna try and go for anything special this season. It's another rebuild season for Chicago, as it is for Vancouver, but at least Vancouver, it's not new to them. For Chicago, this is kind of a little bit new to them, and I think the Canucks are going to break that losing streak here. Next game up, believe it or not, guys, this one was actually pretty simple for me. I think we're going to see fireworks in Edmonton coming from the Edmonton side. Guys, if Vancouver was able to score 4 on Hurricanes, and that's a team that has really nothing to play for. There's not much expectations around them. Guys, this Oilers offense, I get it. They have not won many games. Sometimes they've been shut out, but that offense can really pop off at any time, especially when you got guys like Booker, Draisaitl, McDavid, who I think is currently the GOAT of this era, but I get it. He hasn't won a cup. But when you have an offense like that can pop off at any time, I think you always have a chance to win. You always have a chance to win. And this Hurricanes team, yeah, they're on a little bit of a road trip, so that I think that plays a factor. But it's just Vancouver scored 4, guys. I can't get that out of my head. That was just their last game. Edmonton, I know they've been kind of up and down, but I like that offense that can pop off at any time. And that Edmonton could show up anytime. Who's to say it won't show up on a Friday night at home? So I'm going to roll with Edmonton, minus 103. Would even consider a puck line. According to the total, it looks like it's going to be a high-scoring match. So this should be, again, another one that's fun to watch. But I'm okay with Edmonton at that price. Has me a little bit suspicious, don't get me wrong, but Edmonton still continues with goalkeeper problems. It's the goaltending problems. That problem has been around. It's still continuing. It still hasn't shown much change. That offense is the one that usually has to carry the games. So a little scary for that, but that's probably why it's minus 103. Next game up, we got the Canadiens at Anaheim. Okay, I'm going to have to go against my Ducks here, guys. I'm just going to have to. Not because I want to, just more of because Montreal has been able to score just as much as the Ducks. And when they have a team that can score, you know, it always gives you a good chance to win. And at a pick'em, for me, that kind of tells me something, at least because the Ducks have won out of their last 5 home games. They're 4-1. The only team they lost to was the Avalanche. I can see why they're favored, but I think if they were favored much bigger, I think it would be a lot more telling. I think it would give us more of a reason, I guess, to lean towards the Ducks. Or you could argue you're getting a good price with the Ducks. But Montreal has not scored less than 3 goals in their last 5 games. So that offense is definitely something to worry about. And Anaheim has had defense problems. So for me in this game specifically, I am a Ducks fan, but I'm going to go against them today. I'm going to roll with the Canadiens. I think they're going to score a couple. The last 5 teams they've gone against, they've scored at least 3 or more. The last teams they've gone against, the Sharks, the Canadiens, the Sharks, the Capitals, the Islanders. The Ducks just played the Islanders, so they scored on them too. No big difference. And before that, it was the Jets. The Jets are usually a good defensive team. I mean, look at when the Jets defense is on, look at what happened with the Lightning yesterday. They managed to beat the Lightning, and that's the Lightning. So I think we got a good shot here with Montreal. So give me the Canadiens for minus 108. So check this out, guys. For this game, it's going to be pretty simple for me. I got a good analogy for you guys. So This Vegas team is not the same Vegas team that won the Stanley Cup a couple years back. This is not the same team. This is probably a fraction of what that team was. So this Vegas. The Knights are a good example of a stock trending downward. Minnesota is a good example of a team trending upward. And that's my story, and I'm going to stick with that. Aside from that, also, the Minnesota Wild have pretty much been road warriors the whole season. So I have no problem taking them here in this spot, and I think that's probably why they're favored. It's not much. Looks like it's going to be another tough game. This game is damn near a pick 'em, but I'll take the Minnesota Wild minus 112. Again, they're road warriors, and if they won in Colorado, you think they can't win in Vegas? Come on, guys. I think that's also another good point. At least I like to make in my head. If Minnesota could win in Colorado, they can win in Vegas. Yeah, Colorado probably is the highest place with elevation, so that always is in effect. But the elevation in Vegas is not the same compared to Colorado. So I think Minnesota got this. They're a team on the come up, and Vegas is a team that is a shadow of its former self, in my opinion. This isn't the same team that won the Stanley Cup. A good team still, not the same championship caliber team. Maybe they're probably the same as Minnesota, but Minnesota has been improving. So I will take the Wild in this game. And for the last game of the day, we got the St. Louis Blues heading over to San Jose. St. Louis Blues, man, they've been a little bit of a road warrior these last two games. They've managed to beat, at least I think they're good teams, the Kraken, the Wild, the Kraken again, the Devils before that. So, hey, man, St. Louis, well, they've only had 2 wins, but they played. There's one thing in all those games, guys. St. Louis is not slowing down. Kind of like with the Canadiens, they're managing to score in almost every single game that they have been, at least in their last 4 or 5 games. I think maybe one of those games they got shut out or only scored 1. But for a good amount of those games, the last 4 games they've been in, they've scored at least 3. So this St. Louis team, hey, we got to watch out for them. And I don't have any exact data to back what I'm about to say next, but I don't think the Sharks have been all that of a reliable favorite to pick, to be honest with you. Every time I've seen them as a favorite, the result is not pretty. But I do think the Sharks win this one. St. Louis has won already 2 games on the road. That's crazy for me to say because for the majority of the season, they have been better at home than on the road. Usually on the road, they pretty much choke. So to finish off our Friday, guys, hey, man, the Sharks are used to high-scoring match. When they go goal for goal, I think it's a tough match to beat, especially with what they did to the Canadiens. That score ended up being 5-7. So I think when it comes to games like that, I think the Sharks like that type of environment. So we're going to go Sharks money line. I'm also going to say Sharks puck line. I think when it goes to games like that, I think we're going to get a similar result to what they did with Montreal, which was Montreal 5, San Jose 7. Cover that puck line. I think we're going to have something of a similar score. And I think St. Louis's luck, I think it runs out on the road. I think they go back to being the St. Louis that's better at home than they are on the road. So give me the Sharks puck line, at least officially for the picks. Officially, San Jose Sharks money line for you guys. But for me, because I don't want to add more risk to you guys, I've already had you guys take enough risk yesterday. So for you guys, Sharks money line. For me, Sharks puck line. For plus 185, I think they can do it.